And now, the best 60-ish seconds of your week. It's Holy Saturday, and this week for Christians and Jews has marked one of the holiest times of the year as our Jewish friends observe Passover and Christians walk through the Triduum leading up to Easter tomorrow. And in the midst of all that, we see the arraignment of the former President of the United States, something that has never happened before. And we've said a lot about this. I'm not even sure what words to use to describe it. Utterly ridiculous indictment by the District Attorney of Manhattan, Alvin Bragg, under the most questionable circumstances, both legally and factually. I am still convinced that at some point, somewhere, some judge is going to throw this out. But in the meantime, we've had to witness the spectacle of a President of the United States being arraigned, fingerprinted, processed, etc. It's a tragic day because the weaponization and politicization of the criminal justice system ought to scare everybody. That has chilling implications and really does convert our great nation into a third world banana type republic. That's what they do in other places. We don't do it here. And the evidence of any real crime has yet to be seen. And sadly, tornadoes ripped through the South and Midwest this week. You know, tornadoes are more prevalent in the United States than anywhere else on the planet. And no, it's not related to climate change. It's a historic pattern here. And so we pray for those who lost lives and property, that they can have their lives brought back to order and meaningfulness as quickly as possible. And a political tornado ripped through the Windy City this week as we saw the people of Chicago, at least the Democrat electorate of Chicago, shift from a really bad mayor to a really, really bad mayor. I mean, it is tragic what has happened there and really unbelievable from so many different perspectives to see what's happened to the Windy City. The good news is, people don't have to go there, and believe me, they're not going to. Nobody's going to want to go to a city where the police force is being driven down, with major parts of the regular force being completely eliminated by the hundreds, and now the new mayor says by the thousand. It's incomprehensible as crime continues to rise there, and a once great city is denigrated in so many ways. But an election just to the west of Chicago has more significant implications to a wider number of people because it impacts people who don't have to necessarily move. And that is the race for the Supreme Court there, where another left-wing candidate prevailed. That sets up a new majority for the Democrat left in Wisconsin and the opportunity to potentially control reapportionment there, which of course affects national politics and all of us. We've got to really pray that we can get things back on the right track. And that requires great messages and great candidates from the right of center, the Republican Party, and those who believe in the conservative ideals that have truly made America great. We've got to work on that. Now's the time to get to it. And in another bit of cultural nuttiness, Budweiser, the iconic American beer, which once was owned by the Bush family, but was taken over a number of years ago, and now you see the results of that, gets Dylan Mulvaney, a transgender person, to be their spokesperson. I mean, you've just got to wonder what's truly going on in the minds of corporate America right now. The wokeness has taken over, but it's got to be, at its heart, bad business. I mean, this is not the market for transgender spokespeople, the Bud drinkers of America. And of course, Nike followed suit, but what more do you expect from Nike? So let's turn from some of the cultural disgraces and really concerning things that are going on to something much more hopeful. And that is that tomorrow is the celebration of the resurrection. I tell the story of something that happened to me a number of years ago where a, let us just say, liberal reporter sent me a brief message on Easter morning. It simply said, "He is risen." The three most important words in human history. He is risen. And that is what we all celebrate. And so to all of our friends of the Christian faith, a really blessed, wonderful, hopeful, happy Easter. Because for now, that is the best 60-ish seconds of your week.